Hello, Serge here from the back porch. Today I want to talk about a drill, a putting drill. Most golfers are always interested in finding good drills that can help them with their setup, swing, and short game. And putting is definitely an integral part of the game because, as we know, simply put, if you played 18 holes of golf today and hit all 18 greens and two putted every hole, and if par was 72, you shot 72, 36 or exactly 50%, one half of all your strokes taken that day on that round would have been putting. So realistically, if anybody is looking for the best way to cut strokes and lower their scores, putting has got to be it, because everybody does that more than any other shot in the bag, and use only one club in the bag to hit so many shots. So I want to give you this putting drill, and I'm really stealing it in the sense that when I was at the Heritage Golf Tournament with DJ at Harbortown and Hilton Head, late one afternoon, I think after one of the practice rounds, I saw Heath Slocum and his caddy doing something on the putting green. I watched them for about 15 minutes, and there was only like 3 or 4 people on the putting green, and actually one of them was DJ, and I was walking around with him, and they were doing something that really interested me, and I made a few comments to DJ about it. So finally I went up to Heath, and I just asked him a question, him and his caddy, what they were doing. And the caddy said they started doing this drill, and it's really helping out. And what they're doing is the caddy picks a hole on a putting green, and it's anywhere from 6 to 15 feet is what they work on, and he just drops the ball there, and they go through their regular routine like as if they were out on the course in a tournament. In terms of, Heath walks up, he marks the ball, puts the ball back down the way he lines his ball up, and I believe, if I recall, he uses those little arrows that they have on the side of the balls, and might even have a line on it, and you know, that they put with a magic marker, and he lines it up exactly to what he reads the putt. Then he goes back and he reads it again, makes sure everything's exactly the way he wants, and the caddy will get in there and read it with him, and so they both agree on a line, the ball's lined up correctly, and then he gets up, does his practice strokes, and putts it, and he stays there till he makes them. But the key is that they're going to keep putting until they make 18 of them. I think it was 15, 18 is what he said, and they do anything in a distance between 6 and 15 feet. So those are what we would call definitely the makeable range, especially, you know, the 6-footers. And after they make that putt, the caddy just walks over to another hole, drops another ball, and they go through the whole routine again. Starts right from scratch, where and I think Heath, many times, he lines it up with the coin on the ground, decides on the line, then comes in, sets the ball down to that spot. In the meantime, the caddy's already read it and looked at it, and then he sets his ball with the arrow pointing where he wants it. Then checks it out again to make sure it's correct. You know, gets down behind it and checks it. Then comes in, does his practice strokes, and makes the putt. And I mean, the caddy says they're diligently doing this, that he can't leave until they make the set number that they established that day on the first putt. And so, and they just keep working their way around the putting green. And I think it is absolutely a great drill, because it brings into 100% completeness his exact routine that he does on the golf course when he's playing golf, and especially playing in tournaments. So it's reinforcing that, and it's reinforcing the work between the caddy and Heath to read these putts, choose the right lines, and then for Heath to get up and make the putt. And so I think it's just an awesome drill. So many times we go from hole to hole or whatever, but we have our balls, we hit them towards the hole, we pick them up, or we bang them back to another spot, and we hit them, or the caddy out there, the caddy stands there and throws them back to the player. But this is the first time I've really seen anybody that diligently out on tour, you know, go around the putting green with their caddy, reading them, and then going through their complete routine. And I thought it was awesome, and I mentioned it to DJ, and I hope he starts doing it, and I hope you all start doing it, because I tell you what, I'm going to start doing it, and because I think it's great. Read it. It helps you build up your ability to read greens, and you're going to get your answer right there, whether you read it correctly or not. So it incorporates everything: reading greens, your routine, and making putts. And that's all about shooting lower scores. Okay, well, with this putting tip, this putting drill, that's it for the Search for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.